What's up guys, hungrystingram here, back at you with myself. To begin with the usual topic, actually it came in the form of a question from somebody who asks, this is from somebody anonymous, but they asked, what's a human life worth to you? That was the question. What's a human life worth to you? And you know, it's pretty interesting question actually, because you know, if you look throughout history, people have actually tried to place a number value on a human life. If you looked at all the way back to ancient times, in the times of slavery, people have always placed an actual value on what human life is actually worth. And you know what the weird part is that this number, it fluctuates so much, you know, because I don't know how, maybe back then human life was worth, they bought somebody, maybe, this is just, I'm just going off based on, maybe there's some truth to this, but this is why I imagine it. From what I've seen from media, I guess maybe in the 1800s, they bought somebody maybe for, maybe bought one adult person for $1,000 or something, which in today's currency would be more like buying somebody for $1,000 due to inflation. Maybe it's around a few $10,000, several tens of thousands of dollars in today's currency. For 1,000, you bought someone back then for 1,000. Today's currency is probably tens of thousands. That's what I'm guessing. So you know, I saw the movie Rush Hour 1, and when they were asking, you know, the first movie when the bad guys kidnapped the ambassador's daughter. I think they kidnapped the ambassador's daughter, and they were calling the FBI, and there was that funny scene with Carter answering the phone, talking to the bad guys, and they were talking about the ransom money, and the guy was asking him for $50 million from the bad guy was asking for $50 million for the girl, and then Carter's reaction was like, $50 million? Who do you think you got, Chelsea Clinton? Or something. And then, you know, it was kind of funny because the amount of shock that he's showing shows that $50 million for the life of one person. Damn. Do you know how much money the average person makes in their lifetime? I think is, I don't know, the average person, if they make on average $40,000, their working life is, they work from 20 to 60 for 40 years. They make $40,000 a year. Trying to do quick math, I guess. Crap. 400. They make about. Crap. I really shouldn't be doing this right now, but I'm going to try to figure this out. What's 40,000 a year times 40? Well, that's about, that's $1,600,000. That's about $1,600,000. So the average person, I don't know, then you have to take inflation into account. So maybe it comes to about, maybe average person may make between $2 to $3 million during their entire, and they have to spend a lot of it on living costs as well. I don't know, they may put some of it in savings, but they have to spend a good amount of it in living costs. So it's about between $2 to $3 million, the working life of a person. So they were asking for $50 million for one person. That's a lot. Then you see the net worth of some of these celebrities. Like you see the net worth of Bill Gates. I think at one point at his highest point was about 100 billion. And so the richest man in the world at his highest point was worth $100 billion. And then you see the factory workers um, working in China, where they make maybe, how much do they make an hour? I'm not sure. They don't make too much an hour. I'm guessing they make below 10,000 a year. But then again, their living costs, I think, may be lower. So I don't know. But I think, relatively speaking, they don't have extra money to spend that much on other things. They have to really save their stuff up. So I know it's under 10,000. So you get a wide range of money. Some people in the especially what do they call it? They call it the sweatshop workers make below 10,000 a year, and the richest man, probably 1 year he makes a few million. So you get this wide range between what you feel a human life is. If you want to calculate it that concretely about what a human life is worth. But I think the human life, what it's worth, I think there's probably two parts to this, to how you determine how a human life is worth. Maybe you feel, maybe a child, I think, I don't know, I think, well, if you ask, it depends. I guess one part is that you go off instinct how much a human life is worth. You could just go off your animal instinct, and an animal always wants to try to protect itself. So I don't know, maybe the animal instinct is to take care of their own body. So they must instinctively, you must think that your own body is worth a lot, because you try to take care of it, and you instinctively try to do things to make it better, make it stronger, make it smarter. So maybe if you're thinking clearly and you're thinking deeply and you're really connected with your body, then you may appreciate your body more, and you instinctively know that your own life is worth a lot. Then there's a second part of it, if you want to think about this in a more logical way, is what's your philosophy about a human life is worth? How do you calculate it? Some people think that every human life is priceless. That's their philosophy on this. Some people think that a human life is worth the amount of money it can generate during a lifetime. And some people think a human life is sometimes maybe it's a tool or something. Like when people are in war, the general has to see how much sacrifice of human life he has to make on the battlefield. When he's going to war, he has to see how much sacrifice does he have to make in human life or something, but when he plans out the attack. So, but as far as my personal opinion on this is that I think that I think that what I was what I believed from a good influence was that, you know, the human potential, if unless you have some type of extreme maybe physical or mental condition that makes you you can't function normally, is that the normal human condition. I mean, the human mind is very powerful and holds a lot of potential, because you can make a lot of you can form a lot of systems in your mind. You know, be due to the logical due to the fact that you have the logical mind, plus you have the animal part of you that that thinks about things and feelings. So you get those two together, you get a pretty good harmony. So the human potential is pretty far. So he he always the someone always said that, you know, you determine your own worth. You know, you should try to be remembered, and you should you know, like you can see how far you can see. I mean, right now you're looking at me through a camera, and I think that's pretty cool in a way. So you can see how much I don't know, you can see the magic of the human being just by listening to me through the camera, because, you know, I'm communicating an idea, plus, you know, you're getting these pixels on the screen, all the colors add up to form my image. So, you know, and you hear my voice through the electronic keyboard, so it's like some type of strange magic through technology that communicates some type of emotion. So, you know, this is, as far as I'm concerned, if the richest man is worth 1 billion, you should, as far as I'm concerned, you should think of yourself as worth maybe equal or more than that, because you know, you gotta because, you know, it's important because you can only because you only have because you know, you're controlling yourself. You gotta you know, you have to be think of yourself as, point that I'm trying to make is that you gotta think of yourself as an important person, because, you know, like I said, this channel follows the philosophy of sort of like the what is it, the warrior on his way to glory or something. You know, on the way, pretty much I'm talking about trying to hustle to reach some type of to reach some type of celebrity status eventually. So, you know, I hope that it helps, guys. I'll see you guys next time.